Hey everybody, welcome to Workforce Gaming. I am Brad, here with Doug.
Hey.
The Forgotten City is a game
hmm
that I really had never heard of before. And then you
Yep.
just tossed it out to me and went, hey, I tried this game called Forgotten City. I think you'd really like it. So I don't even know
Yeah,
where did you come across this from?
my sister recommended it to me.
Oh, that's weird.
She's like, you might like this game. I was like, okay, sure, all right, I guess I'll play. And I was like very hesitant, but my sister has good taste in games too. But I'm usually the one telling her about
Yeah.
games. But this was like one of the first games she had actually recommended to me. I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. I was like, oh, this is the braddest ass game I've ever played in my
What's what's
life.
really bad is that like if you play through this, and I think you said you only made it like 2 hours in or something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you get to the end, it slowly becomes an even more bradder ass game by the time you get to the end.
Okay.
um,
Yeah, no, I need to finish it. It's not that I just dropped it because I just played other stuff. Not that I was disliking it or anything like that. Yeah,
all
but
right.
Brad has played. You beaten this game.
Yes,
You
I
have
got
beaten
I
this
got
game.
the good best ending too. So go me. I think there's four
Nice,
endings. I got the good ultimate you're great ending. Almost
nice. That's
unintentionally. I don't
fantastic.
really know how I even did that, but anyway.
Mhm.
So basically this game is kind of a almost like point and click like investigation game to a point,
Sure. Yeah.
but in 3D walking simulator mystery style. So no combat, no platforming, nothing, just walking around and talking
Yeah.
to about 20-ish people. And that's the game.
Yeah. Yep.
So basically what happens is you wash up on this river. This girl is standing there, is like, this dude went in there, you need to go find him. And you go running in here, you kind of look around, and when you go in there, you get transported to this weird, secluded city in ancient Rome.
It is so cool. It is in a giant cavern and looks awesome.
Yes, because you just go in this cave, and then like it's like, whoop, and then you walk out, and you're in this big Roman city.
Yeah.
And basically, what happens when you get there is that you go and you talk to the mayor, and the mayor goes, "Hey, so in this city, we have this golden rule, and the golden rule is if you sin, everyone dies." And I think somebody's about to break it. Can you go
Yeah.
figure out who that is for me, please? And that's the game.
hmm
Now,
Yeah.
that's the game for the first 40 minutes. So if this is already sounding like your thing, I think this is one of those games that the more blind you go into, the better it's
Yeah.
going to be. I'm going to get a little bit more to like the first hour and a half. I'm not going to go past that at all because I think that's going to ruin it.
Okay.
But just cut it here because I can't really talk about anything else without
I
talking
think
about
you
this
talk
next piece.
I think mechanically you could talk about because I think the mechanically it's interesting of how you go about doing that because you're given like free reign of this city,
Yeah.
which I was like very surprised. I don't know what I thought about this game when I first played, but I was just surprised. It's like you're given that mission, go figure out who's going to sin, and then there's just like 20 characters you need to go learn about, and that was I think it was a little overwhelming for me. I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have to learn a lot of names here that like once I beat this game are not going to matter, but I have to learn a lot about the people in this
See,
like little Roman
it
town
has a
for the next.
fantastic quest tracker that keeps track of all that stuff
Uh,
for you.
oh, it does. Oh,
Yep.
okay, I didn't
If you
realize
go
that.
into, if you
Yeah.
go into the journal, it's like here are like your four main things that you're trying to do, right? You're trying to figure out who's going to break the golden rule. Here's like once you talk to each character, we're going to throw a sub tab in there for what that character might be thinking. So
Oh, I
like
didn't realize that.
this guy thinks it's like because somebody's stealing from his store. Okay, well like here's the couple people that might be involved in that. Okay, this person thinks it's because her sister disappeared and there might be some foul play involved. This person thinks
Yeah.
it because this person's dying and nobody knows why, so I think maybe that somebody attacked her, poisoned her, something like that.
I thought one of the really interesting points they make really early in the game is that people aren't really sure what sinning means as part of the rule. So
So
like what exactly does it mean to sin? And I was like, oh, like they really thought about
and
what this concept means.
and
Yeah.
again, I'm not going to get into spoilers too much, but that plays out through the entire course of the game. A lot of it comes back to okay, and you'll get somewhere it's like okay, these two people are having a conflict, but clearly both has done something wrong.
Yeah.
Where it's like this dude attacked this person, but this person said something that could have been considered offensive. So is it wrong for this person to defend themselves, or is it wrong for this person to have said something that some might not consider offensive, but some might consider offensive?
Yeah.
And the game plays a lot with that idea of like, what is the definition of sin and whose eyes are you viewing it through? Which comes up again throughout the course of the game. I think that's introduced pretty early, but it is a constant thread throughout the game.
Yeah.
But it is just a lot of walking and talking and figuring these things out. And you get these cool theories and you can go back to the mayor and be like, yo, I think it's this guy. And it'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, I am the mayor. That person has committed a sin. Therefore, it is legal for you to go kill them.
Oh, interesting.
And again, like, essentially what the game does, and I think this is how you get some of the bad endings. Again, I haven't got there, but it basically says like, okay, because the government has said, because like the legal decree is this person is now a bad person, this is now a good thing.
Like
Yeah.
it'll how
So, and again, that kind of goes back
yeah.
into that like morality sin aspect of the game. But again, another interesting piece is all these people are trapped here. And a big
Yeah.
part of your investigation is, how did you get here? Have you tried getting out? How do you feel about that? And that aspect of like these people's personal struggle with how they got here, where they're going, plays a lot into this game as well.
Yeah, I thought one of the super interesting aspects of it was like with these conversations. 'Cause I was worried like you're just talking to people. This is the first game I think where they've made it very clear that the player character is you.
Yes.
And the things that you can respond to, like you respond with, are like things I would actually say to this
Yes.
person. And not as a character, but like as me, if somebody said that to me and I'm like, I don't know, that sounds kind of weird. Like one of your options is like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Like whatever I was thinking. And I was like, I was so appreciative of that. I was like, this might be the first game where like I feel comfortable playing myself in this situation.
And all of the dialogue choices, I feel like, are always well thought out as to what's going to happen, because I feel like a lot of times when you get these games, it's like, oh, that's so weird, and the person's gonna be like, well, what do you mean, like, and they're gonna take offense, and you're like, no, like, I'm just saying, like, oh, that's strange, like, that's what I'm trying to say, but you took it as me being offensive. And I think I can't think of a time where I had it misinterpreted, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna pick this one, and the character misinterpreted what I was trying to get across, unless it was something that was obviously leading that way, you know what I mean?
Something they might misinterpret, like in real life, sort of.
In real life, yeah, it's not like,
yeah,
oh, that's strange, and they're offended at the word strange. We're like, no, that's you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
it's one of those games where I'm so shocked that it's just this. It just seems like this weird little walking simulator, but like the mechanics that are there are so deep, so well thought out. Everything is just so flawlessly done. It really is incredible. So at this point, if this all sounds cool, close the tab, hit pause, go play it, come back, because there's one.
I feel like I need to close the tab and hit pause.
No, you got to this point. We already talked about this. I've talked about this with you, so you've gotten to this point. Yeah, there's one other major aspect that I haven't talked about that I think is kind of spoiled in the description if you like actually bother reading the description.
I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah.
But it's one of those things that I didn't bother reading the description because I had a really good recommendation. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll just try it without. And I got to this point within my first hour. But just for warning you, starting now, there's weird time travel stuff in this game, and it is fantastic. Yes. So the first time, again, like the golden rule essentially does play in and does have some realism to it, where if something happens, like shit starts going down if you do something wrong. I did something I thought was okay. And then all of a sudden, it's just like this big, like booming voice comes over. The game goes to black and white, and you have to run back to the time travel portal that you came into.
Yep.
I instantly was like, oh shit, I just ruined everything I've done. Like, I'm just going to really quick reload my save. I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm just going to reload my save. We're going to be good. I hit the pause menu, and a text box popped up that said, even if you did this, the story isn't over yet. Because at this point, you don't necessarily know about the time travel aspect of it the first time that it comes in, unless you like read the back of the box. So I was like, I got a bad ending. This is going to be the bad ending. I died. Oh no, bad ending. Start over. So it literally is like, and this is what you're saying, where it seems like it knows what you're thinking. I pause and it's like, no, don't reload your save. It literally just specifically says like, do not reload your save.
That's very funny. That's awesome. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
But basically what happens is if you do commit a sin, or if you encourage somebody else to sin, or something like that happens, the game just like, this whole city like just starts dying. And you have to like real quick run back, make your way back to this thing, and then it resets. And it does a lot of playing with that. So like as you're investigating things, you can go back and you can talk to people differently. So you're like, oh, I already know this about this character, so I can approach this topic with them differently. Ooh, I already know that this person's going to be here. I can talk to him there. Ooh, I found out something about this person, but I already kind of pissed this person off, which I did a lot. Where it's like, okay, I like interrogated the hell out of you. Now you're mad, but I just found something else I need to ask you about. Well, let me go redo the loop, come back.
Before you're mad at me.
And now you're like, you're happy with me. So I can go, oh yeah, like this person said this really nice thing about you. What do you think about that? And you're like, haha, you were mad at me 5 minutes ago. So it does a lot to play with the time travel aspect that I think is just like super, super cool. And it just makes everything feel more important because now I've pissed this person off. Oh, okay, I got to reload this whole thing because that clearly is not going to work. Yeah. I get a second chance at it. I couldn't be more impressed with the way this game handles things. The ending goes a little bit in a weird direction.
I was gonna ask if it all, like, because I thought how amazingly clever this game is. Did it stick the land? I guess long question: did it stick the landing? Don't go into details.
90%.
Okay, that's good enough. That's an A-.
It's a little weird in the way that it does it, and I think that's more the hesitation more than what it actually does. I think it's one of those things that as you sit with and as you kind of realize, you're like, okay, I think I like that. I think that was a good way to go with this. I think you went the right direction with this. So
sure,
it is very interesting. And the ending, the further you go into this, the more you discover about the city, the more you discover about these people, the more you discover about this golden rule. All builds incredibly well to this one point at the end where like you get that ultimate, like once you go in here, we're done message. And you're like, okay, all this stuff has happened. Here we go. And I think it all just builds up so well to that point, and then it delivers on a lot of those things. I think mine was more like, what the fuck type shock to it, more than like this doesn't stick the landing, where it's like, whew, all right, we are in a weird direction now.
Sure.
But I think it works. I enjoyed it. I liked it all the way through. Yeah. Can't recommend this game enough if any of that sounds interesting to you. I cannot recommend this game enough. It is amazing.
Cool.
So
I will probably go finish that game.
You should for sure finish this game. It's only maybe 5-6 hours long. That feels right in my mind. Maybe a couple more. Definitely somewhere in that 5 to 10 range, depending on how much investigating you do and how quick you jump to conclusions. And I got ending 4 out of 4, which is the good one. So I don't know how quick you can get to those bad ones if you're not worried about getting the good ending.
Sure.
Anyway, we're First Gaming. You can follow us on Twitter at First Gaming. Subscribe to us wherever you're listening, and we will see you later.
Bye.